There are now 3 monthly game jams running which exclusively feature games made in the Godot engine, and the games coming out just keep getting better and better. These events are really helping to promote the engine, and they let people experience just how much fun it is to make games with Godot. The result is some really interesting games. The Game of the Month, or GOTM.io, just wrapped up their 18th jam with the theme of teleportation. The results are in. Come and see me play the top 5 and give them a try yourself afterwards by following the links in the description. Game Dev Journey. The overall winner, taking first place for gameplay, looks, sound and originality, is Bullet Port by Mr. Elliptic. Mr. Elliptic is someone I have featured in another series on my channel, and I am thrilled to see him having so much success in the game jam arena. Bullet Port is an arcade game where you only move by teleporting yourself to your bullets. Conquer your enemies by killing all of them wave after wave. You can play on 7 different maps with 4 types of enemies to get the highest score possible. The gameplay is really fun in this game, and once you get the hang of teleporting to your bullets, you really just want to play more and more. I love arcade style games, so this one speaks my language. Chasing a high score really gives the game more replayability as well. A polished looking game, I can understand why it won the approval of the judges. Thrilling to see games like this being made in Godot. Even though it only came in 3rd place, my favorite game from the jam was Hurdle Recall by Chaos Witch Lair. Now, it might be my nostalgia for Portal kicking in, but I find these 3D first-person puzzle games really fun. The idea of throwing a frisbee ring and then teleporting to it is a good one. The puzzles were well constructed and not easy at all. The music added to the sci-fi atmosphere and the visuals were appealing. Who isn't a fan of neon? I found the mouse sensitivity to be way too high, but maybe it was just my setup. In my opinion, this jam entry has the potential to be worked into a full release. I really think that there's enough there to warrant it. Do you agree with me? Do let me know in the comments. Telelepa is a vertical climbing platform game. You must climb, but every time you jump, the platforms might rearrange themselves. The goal is to get as high as possible and cross the checkpoints to reach new levels. You are competing against yourself as there's a personal best bar. The idea was an interesting take on the theme of teleportation, but it's still a bit disorienting and sometimes it crosses the line of fun versus frustration. Still a really interesting mechanic and perhaps one which could be explored further in other ways. Nice to see Godot devs challenging themselves like this. Turd Warp sees you take charge of teleporting toilet paper to take out the turds clogging up the pipes. I love that you could spam the teleport button and basically just fly your way through the levels. It's awesome to feel overpowered in games and explains why so many people like using cheat codes. If only there were some cheat codes for real life. Overall, Turd Warp is a unique take on the theme, which is amusing and well executed. The music in the background is really catchy too. What do you guys think? The final entry I looked at was Boss Fight. This is a showdown in the desert with a flying ghoul. You can strike with the sword and defend with your shield, but the real damage is done when you get the opportunity to teleport a stick of dynamite to the left or the right, taking a guess as to which way the boss will go. If you guess correctly, dynamite will explode near the boss, doing some heavy damage. The creativity of humans never ceases to amaze me. As I was leaving the jam, a thumbnail for a game caught my eye. It's not part of the jam, but I want to show you guys anyway because I thought that it was really interesting. The game is called Glitch Dungeon Crystal by Godot. The art style is unique in the way that it uses glitching images, switching colors and vibrations to affect the in-game physics and the properties of the player. It's hard to explain, but the game is really fun, and Just to enter the glitching dungeon world is an experience in itself. I really recommend that you go and try this one out for yourself. Just awesome creativity and execution from Jake working in the Godot engine. That's all for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all again next time.